Jason, this one's for real.
Perfect. I love it. Pistol round is live. Greyhound taking on Big, Dust 2. And all 5 players for Greyhound out long. Searson's going to start investigating off catwalk in towards lower dark. But tabseN potentially first contact as they turn the corner. There's the swing, all huddled against the wall. He's seen numbers as well. Defensive smoke deployed, and he'll play it passively for the moment.
tabseN through this. Crimbo's pushed. Alistair's found him, though, so he's dropped immediately. And tabseN not to find any kills yet. It's Liaz that gets him. Caught out a Goose. Bomb to be planted. Sin plays at Elevator. Rotation coming his direction, but there's 2 on Catwalk, so Searson needs to find shots at long. And I know he struggled on LAN. I thought yesterday he actually looked pretty good in the massive comeback against FURIA. Remember, they could potentially have been 0-2 right now on the big side, if not for that incredible comeback. Sin's got 2, but Liaz will close out the round, and it is Greyhound that's going to win the first.
We like that. Nice pistol round from Greyhound. They managed it well as also, I mean, there's a flashbang through that smoke. They were prepared for the run through, prepared for the follow-up fights as they crossed out towards long. Well done from Greyhound. 1-0. Good job from Alistair. Provides that opening kill onto Crimbo. Liaz finding tabseN as well. And just well executed. Nice simple pistol round. And again. Presence out towards long. Backside. Oh, he's potential to line him up, but it's a little bit shaky. He's not comfortable with this fight. So much counter utility. Liaz is going to have to pick up the pieces. Double kill from him, and there's Sicko chiming in. Big turn the corner and get demolished.
Yeah, absolutely do. Sicko and Searson. Excuse me, Kitto and Searson. Sicko's alive too, but not as Big's teammate right now. They're going to try and back off this one. Searson with the scout knows it's unlikely they'll do any further damage. He might try and catch them on the cross. He's going to rotate to catwalk instead, though, because his teammate's already pushing it long. Smoke down in front of him. He could try and utilize, but he's heard. ENCE, oh, goes down. Kitto with the shot on the 5-7. Now we're at a 2-on-2. Car hold for Sicko late, though, may not be anticipated, may not be expected. And as they get closer to the site, he peeks out. Easy shot on Searson. Scout in hand at Kitto, though. He's trying to do the damage at range. They just don't need to peek this, though, and play the time to his advantage. Kitto may even just try and save that scout as this continues to tick away.
13 HP, it's not even worth it whatsoever. Can't find a better gun, just bails out. So they'll at least keep that into the next round. Nothing too crazy. Again, nice job from Greyhound sustaining a round 2 victory against the pressure, even losing that first kill. And 2-0. What was it? Was it you who told me that? Who was it? I'm trying to
carry on. Tell me what it was, and I'll tell you if it was me.
I'm doubting if it was you.
Okay, well then yes, it was me.
Someone had told me that Greyhound had and this is completely believable, hadn't yet won a map at a major, even in a best of 1 before last night beating Cloud9.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't me.
Okay. I don't know who that was.
Either way, that would be pretty insane.
Either way, I was watching that game last night. That was absolutely wild to see the way Greyhound really took it to Cloud9. And I think what was even more impressive, there was that round late in the game. Greyhound had like a 3-on-2 retake at the A-bomb site that they dropped. They had all the advantages in the world. They had plenty of utility. Didn't actually use it on the retake and ended up losing. And to even be able to kind of sustain that kind of a devastating loss and then win out in overtime where you see the underdogs typically fail in close games was super impressive in my mind to see Greyhound deliver that kind of a performance. So I really enjoyed that. First kill goes the way of Big. Sicko's dropped. And Greyhound, nobody takes long 3 rounds in a row against Big.
Stare. Underneath. Heading through the tunnels, and Searson tries to put a pop shot through the door toward him. He's not able to find that, but they'll boost up Sin on the firebox, so he'll be able to spot anyone that's going toward mid to B late in the round. While I'm waiting at the B tunnels, even still, as Liaz will rotate back over.
This is a bit sketchy, though. AK-47 recovered as well on tabseN. Scout in the hands of Searson. Keto's got armor in the 5-7. This could be huge. A tag here would be monumental. Oh, good shot from ENCE. Important shot, but he's tagged down to 29. Vexite at 49, and they're going to go right at the AK-47.
tabseN. Throwing that Molotov, though, he's going to reveal his position. I think they have far enough forward to see that. Yeah, spamming the box already. Alistair trying to do the damage. The smoke down lets them get away without their heads being spotted, but their heads are going to be splatting as it's ENCE and Liaz again to find over the top. Another kill. And isn't done there. He's going to continue to look forward toward Catwalk. Gets a quick reload in. Sin comes around. Nice shot on Liaz. Hold on, because ENCE is very low here. This USP, even at range 15, can make this a costly round. But it looks as though it should be a 3-0 for Greyhound.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sin, I guess go find a kill if you can have it. Takes the fight. He's got plenty of time to find it. Alistair brought down to 20. It's all good.
4 kills for ENCE.
3-0 for Greyhound. Really good start for them, but the AWP is going to come out in the hands of Searson, who's really started to figure out this whole land thing of late. I've been very impressed with the jump up in performance from Searson.
Yeah, I think yesterday was great. On Vertigo. Yesterday morning, I should say. Everyone obviously played 2 games on the opening day. Alistair going to run toward B with the quick spawn. Lias toward A long, so they've got a bit of both to work with. And the backside smoke, he can flash, spray, and then back off and fade into the smoke and the distance.
Searson with the AWP wants to get aggressive. Got to be careful. Already in lower dark. This is a little bit late to come into it, and Alistair spots it. I think maybe the barrel, and picks him off through the wall. So overstepping the mark is Searson, and a 5-on-4 provided for the Aussies. And Tabson's going to slide into position and CT spawn. Him and Sim combine to defend this portion of the map. But that's pulled them away from A, where Catwalk seems to be a point of aggression at the moment for Greyhound.
Tabson still trying to get an angle on this. Ooh, thought about the nade. It would have done damage. It would have been perfectly timed. Now it's a bit late. It's going to do some damage on Alistair, but it goes deep on everybody else. Tabson still giving up his position on the ramp. They know he's there. They'll swing. Go for the trade. Doesn't even matter. Vex going to nail that one immediately. And Sin takes out Sicko. And then slides inside smoke on the backside of the boxes to try and get a better angle to at least see up on top of the platform. But he needs Kiddo in this equation quickly, and he's still toward mid-doors, unsure of what waits on the other side. Greyhound looking for a 4-0 start, and I think at this point they're just trying to secure passage, safe passage at that for Sin to get away.
Yeah, that's all they can do. Really nice round from Greyhound. Good take up Catwalk. I mean, all off the back of that pick onto Searson, and exactly what I mentioned. They kind of took advantage of the shift of the defense away from the A bomb site, a little bit of a gap that gave them advantage in the fight on the actual attack itself. It's a well put together opening 4 rounds so far from Greyhound. Still early going, plenty of time for Big to recover. And as Banks mentioned in the interview, you got Tabson, who's obviously an incredibly smart player. You got B, one of the most respected tacticians in Counter-Strike behind him. So plenty of time for those two to combine to find the solution to these problems.
Well, the problem now, down 4 and not on the board yet at all. All at the long A position as well. Haven't seen too much in mid, although this one we did get the start out. Alistair absolutely nailed it, you're right.
Shot half the body. I was thinking at the time that was a little bit late in the day for Searson to be making that kind of a play through the double doors, so maybe just lost himself a little bit in the moment. Reinvestment from Big. 2 M4s, the AWP still in the hands of Searson. 5-7s surround it.
Made for Kiddo, potentially. Flash instead, the smoke's out. Sicko on 46. It's Sin that plays box and I think did that damage in his direction as he sprayed at the smoke. Tapping as well, not giving up all his ammunition too early on that M4.
Ooh, okay. That's a bit sketchy. ENCE is going to say, oh boy, I'm stuck kind of in this corner. I'm going to have to take a big risk if I want to get out. And he's fortunate in a round like this, there's not full utility on Big. They could chuck a Molotov into that position to force him into the arms of Searson. Good find from Sin jumping up onto the Xbox. Liaz goes down, 4-on-5 for Greyhound.
Actually the one that leads the way into the site. Shot out AK. He actually didn't get either of those kills despite being first in. He assists on Sickos. ENCE gets the other, but Tabson stands tall, finds 2 on top of the ramp.
I don't think they're aware that Vexite's in this position, though. Ooh, they're not aware at all, and that's a good headshot. Bomb is down 2-on-2. The AWP is trying to land the shot, but now they know its position. Out towards long. They've got nothing with which to cross. And 28 seconds on the clock.
Sin working his way back in. Slow about it. Searson still holding it long.
Do they both drop? Holy shit, this is risky.
That is a massive risk. because now they essentially have to retake elevator boost to do it with Searson encroaching on that AWP as well. He sees the gun barrel, but Vex said he's got the first one. And Searson still watching to see exactly. He can't do anything with this. The time's gone.
He's got no kit either, so he can't even go for it. He sees the barrel this whole time, and he's just waiting for the peek. He's waiting for the exit kill, but he's going to miss that shot, and he's got to bail out. 5-0 for Greyhound.
Solid from Vexite as well in that round. 2 kills for him, 4 in total now, and that was huge to take over Catwalk. Searson will at least put him down at the end and keep the AWP, but 5-0 Greyhound.
2 kills, but that second one is the important one. The headshot onto the Catwalk player. He had the kit, and that's the one if he actually gets into the bomb site, you're either trusting in a jumping kill on the diffuser, or you have to find Searson to be able to wrap around that ramp. So that's a big boy shot from Vexite in a pressure situation. 5-0.
Vexite down on that Vegemite.
There we are.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Save that one for a highlight. Yeah, put that in your back pocket.
You know what? I've already used it.
Are you a fan of the Vegemite?
I don't remember.
Okay. I know I tried it. I
honestly don't remember if I liked it or not at this point. It's been too long. I got to try it again. Maybe I was indifferent, and that's why I don't remember. All right, well, Vegemite's on it again. This round, Vexite for 2. He's going to come around and swing long, but taps and doubles and equals that same task in return. So now they'll slow things off at the pace.
That's actually so sick from Vexite to get those 2 kills. Unfortunate they've been returned by Tapson in this situation, but a 3-on-3 with plenty of time for Greyhound to work with. And they're going to hit the pause button. Alistair's got the op in middle, looking for any kind of a peek off Catwalk. Any kind of a peek in middle. They know Tapson was out towards long and likely to be hunkered down either at long or towards the A bomb site itself. So they have that little piece of information, including the utility that was just thrown over. Now, if someone can go down to lower dark and throw a flashbang for Alistair to just force Searson off the angle, and Molotov as well from Alistair, this is one player showing a Catwalk take. And if Searson gets forced off this angle, they no longer have the information.
Smoke out for Tapson. Lee is the one behind it, so he'll back off. Doesn't want to walk out and take contact. Looked like he was considering it. Tapson will cross over as a result of that. That'll fortify B as he'll get there with Kiddo, but it gives a lot of space over toward A. And if they head Catwalk...
Oh, this is so sick. Greyhound's actually out calling Big at the moment. Outplaying this tactically, because Big is feeling like this is going to be a mid to B split. They feel like it's going to be a B finish, and they're wrong. One player fake. If Sicko gets a kill, that'd be everything. 15 seconds.
He did not check the back of the side. How's he not dead? Kiddo comes back up. Alistair does take out Searson, and Bomb is on A, so that single man fake toward B. Gonna give them a lot. Taps it down. Alistair hits that as well. And Kiddo, my friend, you have a kit.
Yo,
but you have O chance.
This is such a beautiful 3v3 from Greyhound. That is so lovely how they've just played this.
He's going to go for this in a 1-on-2. He'll at least inquire as to where they are inside of the site, but half the time on that bomb already gone. Flash up. This will give away his position on Catwalk. Leah's not going to peek, and he's actually going to go all the way around. They don't have a ton of money left over right now. Leah's confirms he's made it as far as the corner, and now he's going to back off. He knows it. He knows it's over. Oh, no. There's a wall there, sir, in case you weren't aware. Leah's actually built it himself. That's why it was there, and he takes advantage of it.
Yeah, that's...
Speaking of walls.
That's such a... Yeah.
They just tend to fall, you know?
Yeah, they do tend to fall. Some wall situations. Man, this is so cool from Greyhound. They're building up a nice lead over Greyhound, and it's a good-looking lead either. It's not gimmicky. It's not any kind of clutch that's giving them momentum. This is solid Counter-Strike and solid calling in the mid-round.
Yeah, 6-0. T side. Big said they were prepared today. Did Tapson for the T side. Well, they got to get to the T side with a few wins on CT first. The Pistols seem to be doing the best job of that so far. Crimbo and Kiddo pushing forward and each finding a kill with a rather aggressive mid and B halls push.
Yeah, and I think the response that Greyhound wants to pull off there is a long take. It's long control off of all the bodies that they've spotted in upper dark. Unfortunately, there's a defensive smoke down on the double doors, so nobody could really react properly. So Greyhound hasn't been able to get any map control off that kind of aggression.
Yeah, not only that, they've got 2 AKs picked up, but the one other gun that's on this side of the map. Okay, well, that's cool. Searson just decides to show up and smoke Lee, as I was going to say, is the MP9 behind the door, which is actually a super powerful position for it to be in.
Especially if you got a scout baiting for you. Especially if all the attention is going to be at the corner. And there's been some great rounds out of Greyhound so far in this game, but this one I think is just out of control. It is just out of reach to recover. And money is going to start being an issue as well for Greyhound. 550 on Vexite, 350 on Sicko. ENCE and Alistair might just want to try and pull off a save for the last 50 seconds of this round. They've got money to drop and money to rebuy if they do drop their weapons, but Otherwise, they're going to have to shoot deep into those pockets.
Nice shot, ENCE. Tapson flashing and nading. ENCE has already made it over toward Gandalf, and Alistair's... Oh, he's timed it wrong, though. Tapson's gotten to the boxes. That's going to make things more awkward. Forces Alistair forward, and that'll give him less of a chance. Tapson got the shot with the 5-7. ENCE pulls it back, bombs down, but watch the flank. Because even though he follows it up, he's going to have to be... Oh, my God. I was going to say perfect on that shot. He got the crosshair back over in time, but not accurate enough. It's 6-1. Finally, big get around.
Some great shots from ENCE. Almost made that doable. Almost made that recoverable in the 2v5. There was a little bit of a window of opportunity. There's a universe where that actually pans out. Really nice shooting from ENCE. Jesus. 6-1. Big is on the board finally.
Alistair looking for a chance to try and fire inside of B. Oh dear. Getting hot. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Just walk in the flames. There's like a pixel gap, and he's managed to make it work. Good read by Alistair. That could have been punishing too if they locked the corner and they didn't smoke on top of it as well. Obviously, it's a Molotov to counter the rush, but let's say he wants to peek on it, thinking like, oh, well, they can't peek me. I'll get the angle first. You get wrecked by that.
I was thinking the same thing. The Sin very easily could have chosen to peek behind that Molotov in Upper Dark, and that could have been very deadly. A little bit of spam coming through from a vertical angle, so the return spam is not going to be on the mark.
ENCE crosses over, no peek from the corner.
Three smokes, 2 flashes, and a Molotov for Greyhound's attacking side. Big is holding on to their utility as well. They're waiting for that late round execute to drop Molotovs. Tapson's got Molotov, smoke, nade. He's got all the utility, and that's a beefy one.
I didn't call that one, Jason.
I know. But you should have. If you were talking when that nade was thrown, you would have nailed it.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad you have so much confidence in me. The track record's proven at this point. I agree.
Unfortunate for Greyhound, they just moved into the catwalk execute, and that's where Tapson deploys his late utility. It slows it down massively.
Remember, like I thought, yeah, that's a late decision to transfer to that spot, considering Tapson's already at Goose. But Tapson's already at Goose. They never knew it. Excite goes down, Sicko falls. My goodness. Okay, cool. No disrespect to the Observer. You're never going to catch the kills that fast. That was a slaughter when they arrived on the site.
Absolutely. And you're never going to expect a second player. You see one player trying to evacuate to Goose. You're not going to hard clear that. Also, the Molotov from Searson from long prevents anyone from trying to trade that kill. Anyone swinging to trade off Tapson, and leaves them out in the open for Searson's AWP. So yeah, those kills from the defense come in quick succession. Well played round from Big. A lot of it provided by solid utility work. And good to see Searson hit some nice shots.
Now they're back in this. 6-2, gun's gone. They can make a half of this easily now. Greyhound's going to have to be aware of that situation, but also not let off at all when they do get guns back out. Speaking of letting off, Searson missing a shot gives a chance for some damage, but it's Crimbo that comes out with an M4. And it's not as cool when he doesn't have the AK because you can't say a Rimbo 47.
No one's ever said that.
No, everyone says that, actually, Jason. You need to get more in touch with what the kids are up to these days.
A Crimbo.
Get down with the kids.
Sin. Trying to do a little one tap through the double doors. Not a whole lot to work with for Greyhound. No timeouts yet from either of these teams. It was kind of surprising to me. I didn't see Big call a timeout when they were down 0-5, 0-6, anything like that. But it might be time for a timeout for if you're Greyhound, just to say, let's get back into the winning ways. Let's have a little conversation. We had a good start. Let's make sure we don't let it slip away.
Crimbo going commando.
There it is.
Me too, baby.
That one's better.
Me and you both, buddy.
Me and you both. All right.
Alistair, okay, that's one.
Cool, go for a knife.
That's two.
Get yourself a knife.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is foolish that no one's looking.
Get a knife, pick it up.
Did he genuinely? Okay, did you see how he kind of like shoulder peeked? Was he trying to find a way that the M4 was going to hit his hands the fastest so he could like E on it as it fell and turn?
Yeah.
Or was he thinking like, I'll even walk by you and go knife? Like, I don't know what that was. It was, all right, fair enough. Cool.
Yeah, he almost had the conversion on the second kill as well. The M4 just wasn't ready to fire quite yet, but he had the crosshair lined up. Still, knife is going to be great for the extra bonus money. And for morale purposes, it's always fun to get a knife in a major. Double up setup for Big. Keto's got one, Searson has the other.
ENCE waiting to see if there'll be any further aggression back toward the tunnel position, but 3 rounds in a row. Trying now to not let this get out of hand. Excite's going to back off inside smoke, fade away from the position. Searson's still just holding that sliver, but Molotov's going to disallow that position for him as ENCE threw that out from the underpass.
And Keto's got the second AWP in a classic setup. Back at the B bomb site, back at the platform, which means his support player Sin can be a little bit more mobile if Big want to try and crunch middle. Looks like a mid to B split might be coming in. Smoke used towards left side of mid, so Vexite can challenge towards CT spawn, but he's already brought low utility as well, but he's going to turn in and be aggressive regardless.
Ooh, I was going to say that would have been easy peasy, but they'll get it anyway. Taps him with the kill. Kiddo, backside of the site, you mentioned it. Classic spot, but not if he's got a box that's going to take bullets away from him. He does go back up to finish the job. Takes out Sicko as well as ENCE. And it's Alistair that falls next. Big in control, and a little bit flat now, it seems, from Greyhound.
Yeah, they spotted him 6 rounds, and now it seems like Big have got their feet beneath them. They've kind of woken up into this game and got settled in. Greyhound with a 4-round full losing bonus going their way, so expect a half buy with Tech 9s with some deagles as well. A little bit of utility. We'll see what they can do with it.
Sin having a good time. Searson not sure if he wants to peek on that or not. Look at the amount of utility and flashes. He backs off. He's completely weak in this situation, though. Crimbo again to save him and give him 2 and a chance because he does damage to Leah's. Doesn't matter if the op's going to get it. That'll bring Tabson out. This one's done as well. Jason, 1 round between them now at 6-5.
Yeah, that's very quickly they've closed the gap. This is well done. And there's that timeout from Greyhound where they just say, all right, enough's enough. Let's talk things over. Let's figure it out. Alistair's got plenty of money for the op, so Greyhound can dig as deep into the playbook as they want, call out anything. Trying to capitalize on an incredible upset last night against Cloud9, against one of the world's best teams. A shocking upset here in Rio.
Would you ever own a Greyhound, Jason?
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
Nice. They chase the chickens pretty fast.
Yeah, but they're lazy otherwise. They're considered little couch potatoes when you don't put them on the track chasing chickens. Or rabbits, I think it is. I don't think it's chickens.
Happens to the worst of us. Chasing the rabbits, the hare. Just like in Snatch.
Okay, classic reference. I appreciate that.
Do you like dags?
Zoomers everywhere confused. Alistair with the op. Production likes it though, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that. I'm only here for them. If they're happy, I still get hired, so this is good.
All right, Keto on catwalk, peering down into lower dark. He's gonna have a chance. Slow jiggle from Vexite, and he's punished for it.
Slow jiggle and he folds, Jason. Alistair looking for the smoke. Double doors covered off. One way on that pin smoke, and it's going to be Alistair that gets the better of Keto, trying to look under it as well from the other side, but not quite anticipating the shot. And then opposites in the open as Tabson waits in the backside of a smoke at long, though he's already pushed into the cave.
And they have catwalk open to him, and they've loved this hit throughout this half. They've loved this catwalk take, and they've hit some beautiful shots on the entrance off catwalk as well. They've been very effective. So once again, this time they're going to find so much more space, not even any resistance mounted. So now the decision-making shifts to Big. They have to decide whether they're actually going to go for this playing retake. And they're going to at least investigate, see what they can find as the bomb just now gets planted. Not a whole lot of utility for the post-plant for Greyhound.
Leans forward. Flash is going to catch him. Pre-fire. Might have had the time to get his vision back enough to fight, but Sin's going to get 2 on the back of it. Alistair still holds on. Bomb planted for catwalk, which they've lost. ENCE knows it, and he's a little bit concerned of the positioning right now because the AWP of Alistair needs to go aggressively in toward the corner. Otherwise, reverse boost. Searson's going to get them both because they were wrapping in from ramp, and it'll be 6-6 on a great retake.
Yeah, again, good utility from Big. The Molotov on towards the top of the catwalk stairs prevents Greyhound from actually taking control and getting into the stronger positions to defend that part of the retake. Leaves them exposed to the flashbangs. ENCE had a smoke there that he could have deployed towards Catwalk. I think he chose to deploy it inside the bomb site to give his teammates cover from long. But Catwalk was the real point of the retake. And it's well done from Sin. Completely blind as Liaz, and there goes Sicko. What a spray down. Flashbang forces both players against the wall and lined up. 6-6. 6 straight for Big.
Alistair. Not able to find the shot on Taps. Who's actually gone all the way around the corner again. He's going to play very close to the angle at long. Does a bit of damage onto Vegemite, but has to back off as he's tagged down to 77. So slow pace again. Tie game. 6 straight rounds for either side.
Back towards the long we go. Greyhound's had some difficulty taking control of it in the early rounds, but they find a mid-round timing where there's no defense here. Big has chosen to defend Catwalk heavily with numbers.
Flashbang over mid, able to turn away from that as ENCE.
Tapson's got there's a cool setup. He's got like a support flashbang for Catwalk, and he just chucked it out. Nobody peeked with it, but he set up there to make sure, because Greyhound had such an emphasis on it. They want to at least shut down this portion of the attack, but nobody's home at the moment. It's just going to be ENCE lurking it. The main attention needs to be taken by the long players, but they're running out of time, and they still haven't gotten out of double doors. They still haven't worked up the courage to actually make the move. They've been here for about 20, 30 seconds now.
Searson gonna find Excite on the first shot. Sees shoulders, knows there's gonna be more. And the good flash pushes off the EWP in return. Alistair can't get the angle, and Searson's gonna punish him. He tries. This is just a shooting gallery. Unfortunately, the gallery shoots back. Liaz with the kill, but he's about to be taken down from the side, even if he tries to get yet one more. 7 in a row now for Big, and I think the Hound has been muzzled.
Nice.
I was looking for something.
I know, I like
that,
you.
but,
Yeah,
you know.
you really found a way out of that at the end. Didn't stick the landing, but it's not bad. Judges give it a 6
I was going to say the
out of 10.
Hound has been hounded, but like, you
yeah,
know,
that doesn't work.
no,
Muzzled
that's
is
lazy.
Nice shot from Searson. Nice sequence from Searson. Just constantly re-peeking with the safety of support flashes. 1 round lead now for Big. They've overtaken it after a slow start. They've played through the pain, and they're rewarded. And back down to Tech 9s and pistols mostly for Greyhound.
Crimbo again at long. He's been doubling up in this position so often. Now he will do so again as he has to back away. Bit of a flashbang deterrence, but he still had the vision enough, as we saw, to get the kills. Tapson, Sicko. That's the kill in the order, as Liaz will get back into Tapson. However, it's Searson that remains on the ramp, and Crimbo's been alive the whole time. Jason, he's up now to 12 kills in total with 3 in this round.
It feels like in that 6-round run to start the map for Greyhound, a lot of their success came off some really cool, good shooting from ENCE, some really cool like mid-round calls and maneuvering around the map and out-calling Big in those situations, but they haven't really had success since then early in the rounds of finding opening kills, finding picks, or finding any kind of map control. They haven't been able to take long quickly, so they haven't been able to like kind of force pressure with map control. They haven't been able to find any picks with the AWP. They haven't been able to really win too many engagements. So they haven't been putting themselves in those like 3v3 mid rounds that they were so effective at to begin. And a second timeout called by Greyhound. I think Big has still held on to all 4 of theirs.
Which is impressive as well, because you were down to 6 rounds. You would think a bit of pressure would set in, but apparently not. So back underway for the final round of the half. A round that obviously Greyhound would love to win, considering they don't remember what that feels like at this point.
Good shot from Searson to open things up. He's up to 14 kills, leading the way for Big. Another attempt at a 4v5 conversion for Greyhound. Deep nade towards the base of Catwalk does a little bit of chip damage. Liaz can't convert on a very tough fight to take.
Sicko. Nade pillar. And it's Keto that's trying to get a shot back into him. He's going to know the angle that was thrown at from the mouth of the other side. He's going to get away, but not for free. The nade, 57 remaining on him, so 43 damage.
They're falling into this mid to B split, but the B bomb site has been shut down. Vegas had some very good defenses. This time, Keto doesn't expect anyone to be out of mid, and that might set things up perfectly. There's the mid to B smoke.
Caught up with utility. Sin standing boxes, wants to cover both inside and out of the site, but he's elected better off to go down and take just the fight toward tunnels because Crimbo's come back over from CT. This is working out well. Tapson as well is already in good position. And it's Sin with a shot that's so far successful. It's going to force them out toward the door. Tapson's going to find a kill. Their second match after that last night.
Yeah, certainly. Now, for Greyhound last night, we've already touched on the Cloud9 victory. If you want to have a little bit of positivity in your life for this second half here after just going on a 0-9 streak to end the first half, against Cloud9, Greyhound put 10 rounds on the board on their own CT side. And that would give them a 16-round victory here against Big if they can pull off something similar. Aggressive defense in the pistol round for Greyhound. One player on Catwalk, one player in lower dark, so supporting each other. Two players taking the same point of contact. Double door smoke, a pin smoke from long. It's not going to shift the defense, but the Molotov forces Liaz into the open. That makes it tough, pulls him into Vexite, but that stack doesn't work, and Liaz burns.
Does indeed. Cotter smoke that's still going to hold. Alistair is there when they walk through, but not for much. He's only good for one ins. However, we'll take advantage of the distraction and the fact that he had to swing both directions to take the shot in return. Sicko, Doolies can't do it. It's Tapson instead, and it might be a pistol round now for Big to make it 10 straight. As Inns works up from CT, it's Crimbo on his right side, ready for the fight. Shoulder spotted, but expecting a counter peek. He looks around to find, well, a player on Catwalk, sure, but Crimbo just takes advantage of it.
Yeah, he really does. And man, Big has really shown their quality right now, coming back from a deficit, a huge deficit to just rattle off 10 in a row now. And it's been a comfortable run from them as well. It hasn't even really felt too many rounds have been all that close. Maybe one tense retake mixed in there, but Big has complete control of this game. 4-round lead. And Greyhound buy in the second round. No scout, but it's 5-7s. It's utility. It's a couple deagles mixed in. It's got some stopping power. And they're about to shrink the map with this upper dark crunch.
Alistair. All the way around. He'll be the sole attacker. The fact that they've given him this much, though.
Yeah, well, he has to wait. You don't want to turn this corner and actually challenge in towards double doors. You want to see if they're going to fall back, you want to get your one, maybe two if you're lucky. This might be early. If he peeks this, he's going to give up the game. Yeah, now they know they're boxed in. Now they know there's going to be a stack at the A bomb site as well. And the question is, do they feel like they can, you know, they might not be all that intimidated due to the weaponry, but certainly they know they've got a fight ahead of them.
Well, they won't go back onto him just yet because they've only spotted one. They have uncertainty for the rest of the numbers, but you're right. This gives away the game. So Searson staring back. 14 kills for him, looking for a 15th with the scout.
Knowing is half the battle.
Well, yeah. Vexite is trying to see above the smoke for when they cross, but they'll stay tight to it, and he won't get any information. In fact, takes damage instead. Tapson blinded. No one able to peek on top of it. Inns couldn't swing around, but they still get Vexite to find two. And Crimbo now slowed ever so much. They're not boxed in anymore, but they don't have the bomb. It was one of the two players that crossed over and went down.
And they don't know they're not boxed in. More importantly, they have no idea that Alistair is rotated all the way around. Great shot from Crimbo. The follow-up with the Galil, and unfortunately for Greyhound, this is slipping away. Alistair left in a 1v3, and he's got way too much going up against him. Crimbo's got it with a P250, 11-6.
11-6 and 11 in a row. Greyhound couldn't capitalize. Good effort. You're absolutely right. He rotated all the way back around to try and catch them off on that one. But despite the two opening kills, not much could be done.
Oh, good transfer from Searson to complete that kill. Damage initially by Crimbo. And they survived two really dangerous kills from Vexite with the deagle from inside the bomb site. Now Greyhound only have unarmored pistols, one flashbang to work with. Keto's going to drop a shallow nade, but it doesn't complete any of the kills. And Searson with the MAC-10 looking to build up some bank, but already control of the B bomb site. So Big is going to take this round as well. And Searson's going to get some bonus money for his trouble. 3 quick kills with a MAC-10.
Ball planted. Just ENCE and Sicko, and the MAC-10 in Sicko's hands, having gotten that kill. See if he can maybe farm himself with it. But he's actually heading back up middle toward T-spawn. Go for the full flank on exits. I think Tapson will hear him coming because he's just sitting on the ramp seeing if anyone was going to push the dark tunnels. So it's going to be a stampede his direction and easily taken care of. Crimbo closes it out. 12-6. Pouring outside right now in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, absolutely is. Thundering down.
Tropical. Much like the jerseys that Greyhound wear.
Yeah, I like the sleeves. They're cool. It's a nice touch. Here we go, guns out for Greyhound. They have lost 12 rounds in a row.
Like Sicko on the way by.
Such an exciting start that had to have been feeling so good for Greyhound in the first half, and that just feels so long ago. It's a completely different game.
Speaking of different games.
Yeah, what's going on the B stream?
OG and FURIA. No, we're the B stream.
What's going on the main stream?
Yeah, there you go. Good try, Jason.
I don't think I've ever had to do an A stream update.
You just think you're so good, you're always on the mainstream, huh? Is that it?
I did actually. Brought down to reality real quick.
Yeah, I guess good you can admit to that at least. OG FURIA. If you don't want to hear the score, cover your ears. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 5-4. FURIA takes the lead in that one currently.
All right. Well, good first kill from Alistair. A little bit blinded. Can't find the follow-up. Crimbo's going to trade off his teammate. And now Alistair, he tracks it so well as he's getting pelted. The bomb is on its own out of long. If Alistair can find this kill, bomb would be dropped. Unfortunately, it's Tapson to come out on top, and he's going to swap out for the M4. 2v2.
Sicko looking for it. Searson's missed a shot. Oh, it's Zywoo and Cello all over again. Sicko wouldn't run him down. He was scared to get picked off, but gives him a chance to get shot through the door. Ends in a 1-on-2. HP actually better for him, but
I like this. You gotta take a risk if you want to get over here at the right moment. And he has a chance, but nope. Searson rips his face off.
Searson's looking good. Looking good on land. Obviously, didn't get to see as much of him last night. I was out for dinner. Paula wanted to take me on a date.
How was that?
Said we were going for tacos. It was actually called tocas, so it was just fish instead of tacos.
Okay, so he made an assumption based off the phonetically.
Yeah, it was definitely him that did that and not me.
Sure.
But yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway, yeah, look, I didn't actually even make an assumption. It was just a dyslexic moment, all right? I saw it from the car. Thought it was tacos. I was like, I'm going for tacos. Got over there and was like, there is no tacos.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Taco sounded really good last night to me as well.
Well, we'll have to find some. But, yeah, yesterday the point is Searson on that Vertigo game did look pretty solid all the way through. Vexite going to go down. It's Tapson with a push. ENCE just trying to counter the fact that they lost his teammate being aggressive at middle and seeing them run toward Catwalk. Can't do much of it. The smoke is down, but look at Leah's in this position. That shadow is sinful, as it doesn't really give you much at all unless you pray, and he did not pray. He sinned. So did ENCE. He's going to get taken down by the same man. Crimbo comes around. Sicko's gone. 14-6 now for Big.
Yeah, they're repenting now. This is a huge lead for Big. 8 rounds, 14 in a row. Greyhound have completely lost control of this game. Quiet over there. Mustache quivering. Not quite there. Gotta be animated. Hand talking. You know it's intense when the hands come out.
Yes. Gesticulations. That's not even like the hand. That's like the whole arm.
He looks like overly angry for being up 14-6.
He just doesn't want to let off the gas pedal, man. Can you blame him?
No.
Their manager's like 5 times the size of all of them put together. I would be scared too if I didn't perform well.
He's a big guy. Nicest guy in the world, though.
Oh, Christian's great.
14-6. Gavi getting the boys hyped up. Good job from Sin, retaking long control, not getting caught off guard by Liaz. And oh boy, let's see what Greyhound can do. It's a timeout. I think it's consecutive timeouts. I think Greyhound called the first one, and Gavi was like, "No, I want to yell a little bit more."
Yeah, you can't take this away from me.
You are all swine.
If you can, if you can't cheer, you can yell. I heard in honor of Source 2 coming out that Gaben's going to be at this major.
Oh, perfect.
To announce it, actually.
Sure. Keep the trolls going.
First time ever at a CS major for Gaben. Unfortunately, to convince him to come and do that, I had to pay for his plane ticket, so.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going through a rough time these days.
Yeah, he couldn't afford it. So, you know, you're welcome, Counter-Strike.
Oh, Sicko's tagged yet again.
Again, yeah, second time on the cross in the last, I think, 3 rounds.
The life of a B player. That can be so frustrating to always play games with only half HP. Always play rounds, excuse me. Alistair, oh, he can't manage it. I guess he flicked over to the right. I think he thought Searson was going to swing a little bit wider before taking the shot and just miscalculated. 23 kills now on Searson.
Sin. Up on top. Oh, Vexite, if he had peeked out, there was no utility there. He might have actually gotten a free kill on it.
Could still find Tapson jumping up, or Sin coming back. There it is, but now they know his position. Tapson's not going to let him get away. Smoke deployed to allow the escape, and that should do the trick.
Sight still spamming in. Tags up the shin of Searson. Still trying to find an angle on this, but he's caught out in no man's land. Second time we're going to see someone go down in that position. It was Crimbo in the first half. Kiddo, he's got the shot, but Lias puts him in his place and knocks him back to a 3-on-3 situation as he tries to find more, but falls off. A Molotov lands behind him.
Oh, 3-on-3, but look at the defensive shift. It's entirely at the A-bomb site. They're completely out of position. I think this is just a product of getting beat up and bruised throughout this half and 14 rounds straight. Greyhound is massively over-rotated, and now they've got to come back, but Searson's watching the cross. And they don't have any utility. They have no smoke, no flashbang to force anyone off the angle. Searson can very easily have at least one pick here. Oh, the jumping shot confused him, but the Deagle does its job. And Vexite, he might have to just do this all on his lonesome. He comes right through, but Crimbo's ready.
Crimbo is ready. Leah's up against it now. 1 versus 3 to try and prevent map point for Big. And essentially now, it's 14 rounds, going to be 15 rounds in a row. If they hadn't got off to the good start, this could have been even worse. Could have been a 16-0 is where I was going with that, Jason.
Well, I mean, it's a 16-0 run, potentially.
That's basically what exactly I said.
Okay,
but thank you for driving that one home, Jason.
Yep. Yeah, I just had to reinforce the point.
Yeah.
Good shot from Liaz there at the end, trying to save the off.
You always copy other people's homework?
I was looking at the other monitor.
That means
I can't use my eyes and my ears at the same time.
Okay, all right. That's why I never see you chewing bubble gum.
15-6. Oh no, 15 in a row for Big. This is brutal. This has got to be so demoralizing after such a cool start for Greyhound.
Yeah, it is. This, like, no question about it, right? This is, you're going down to 1 and 2. We know there's a scary bracket. We know, especially mathematically, Greyhound with the rating could very well line up against Cloud9 in the redraw for that particular segment of the event. So they, take that back. No, they can't. They already played them.
Nice.
So Greyhound will avoid Cloud9 no matter what. What was I saying?
It's
so
okay.
That's actually better off for them.
You caught yourself. That's nice. That's well done.
It could be problematic for Vitality, though, because that means that avoids that matchup.
A Cloud9 Vitality matchup. An elimination
I never thought of that, because mathematically they would have avoided each other. But if Greyhound falls down, that means there's already one scenario ruled out, and it becomes more mathematically possible. You could have a Vitality Cloud9 knockout game.
That'd be so wild. Normally, I'm a big fan of those kinds of like high-pressure games with some really good teams early in tournaments, just because I think it's fun to see some of the tournament favorites be under that much pressure early. But Challenger stage is a bit early for it in my mind. I don't know how I feel about it. Molotov out towards double doors.
Wow.
It's gonna force INCE away. Alistair's trying to maintain some aggression to find an advantage for his team with the AWP. They've got 2 SMGs on the board, so this AWP is really desperate to find something.
Crimbo trying to get the spram through the smoke.
Showing catwalk presence, showing catwalk control, but set up perfectly to drop into either a mid to B. Oh, good shot. There it is. Alistair patient this whole round, and he finally is rewarded. That's the bomb dropped as well. That'll change the plans.
Well, the plan right now is Searson go kill. Walking into B with that AWP, but Kiddo's got it instead at mid. Alistair caught out, that gives it back 3-on-3. Crimbo instead finds it. Kiddo's gonna follow it up. It's all down to Lias. And the explosive kills, Searson goes aggressive, and Big go on a 16-round run to make it a 16-6 scoreline. They find